Yo, what's up? It's your girl Bree at Cryptic Tales of Tarot. I know it's been like what, a fucking week or 8 days since I have made a recording. Let me tell you what, for anybody who's a tarot reader or speaks out in the public, the opposition is trying to cause so many fucking distractions because they don't want the truth to come out. And the more distractions that they can send, whether it's out of the blue construction work that, hey, something with the pipeline, water pipeline, gotta get fixed, you gotta take care of that. Some of you out there, unfortunately, may have had to put a pet down, is what I'm sensing. That was to hurt you, okay? Because everything has been nothing but to cause heartache and destruction in your life. And one of the most important things here, too, is they have been sending projections like no other of fear, paranoia, anxiety, nightmares, possibly even sleep paralysis. If you don't know what sleep paralysis is, please go look that up. And they're doing all of this shit and they want to make you feel hopeless because, like I said, we're at the home stretch, yo. We're at the home stretch. And cleanse. I mean, seriously, cleanse, cleanse, cleanse. I can't emphasize that enough. I've been in the middle of a lot of shit going on at my house and cleansing 222 on the timer. Okay, y'all pay attention to everything going on around you with numbers. I mean, you guys could be seeing 111, 1111, 1010, 999, 333, 311, 808, 88, 888, your counterpart's birthday. And before I forget, a lot of the divine masculines out there, it's a combination of going through the dark night of the soul for them, realizing what they've done wrong, and having to swallow the pride and the ego because they know that they need to apologize to the feminines. They know that the feminines deserve an apology. But the thing is, they're afraid of rejection. The masculines are afraid to come to the feminines because they're afraid of rejection. And let me tell you what, you're never gonna fucking know if you don't take that leap of faith. I just heard play ball. Like, step up to the plate and try to hit the fucking ball. You never know, it could be a home run. Hint, hint. What else do I want to say? Because there's been a lot of energies that I've been picking up. They were the opposition's trying really hard to send the feminines and anybody who's a reader this nasty, murky, dark energy. Like, think of it as a big puff of black smoke and fog combined and trying to swirl it around you to make you scared, to make you think that all your efforts have been for null and void, that your story doesn't matter, no one gives a shit, no one's hearing you out, no one believes you, okay? And if anything, they could have been causing events around you where in your household, anything like household dynamics, you could be the scapegoat right now. Like, people could be really blaming you for shit. 555 on the timer, which I almost forgot to mention. I've been seeing that a lot too. Y'all can too. 555 and 444 and 666, 777. I know I'm all over the place. I apologize, but there's just been a lot of shit that's happened. So not only have the feminines been blamed for everything that's gone wrong with the karmic masculine and the coven and shit, but in your own domestic house, you could be being the scapegoat and being blamed for a whole lot of shit that's not your fault, but unfortunately you're being used as the emotional punching bag. And that's called chaos magic. They're sending you chaos magic, like they want to make you feel like shit, like you're stuck, you're stagnant, you're never gonna make any progress, you're never gonna find love, your masculine or your divine counterpart is never gonna come back your way. Any creative projects you've been working on for your future or any ideas, they want you to feel fucking hopeless. Because technically, I mean, you guys, we've already won the spiritual and psychological warfare, but I mean, they just want to milk it until it's done. But the divine and archangels have said, I hate to say it this way, but not only is it not only are these people arrested, 808 on the timer, but excuse me for saying it this way, but dropping off like flies, 818 on the timer. When I say dropping off like flies, I'm talking about checking out or dying. A lot of death, a lot of freaking death, that of people that you may not even fucking know of that were involved in this shit, because they wish you death of many different sorts, especially car accidents, heart attacks, strokes, or they wanted you to become physically handicapped in some way, so you couldn't, move the same way that you used to. 9/11 on the timer. Like, what I just got, the image in my head is, they wanted your ass to be in a wheelchair. So that, I mean, you could never actually drive a vehicle again. This is what's happening to everybody else that wished that shit upon you. And you guys could have seriously been emotional with a lot of nostalgia from the past, blast from the past, with not only your counterpart, but also with the people that you used to hang out with, okay? What's that one song? You're just someone that I used to know. That song just came to my mind. You're just someone that I used to know. The masculine is realizing that all the people that have hurt him and the feminine, they're just people that he used to know now. His trust is gone. And for the feminine, it's the same shit with those people. Just people that you used to know. And when the reunion happens, which they all can't stand, it's because out of jealousy. And they feel like failures. 11:11 on the timer, as I said that. They all feel like failures because they could not take the feminine down. They could not take her off this planet and make her a sacrifice to the devil. They could not fulfill a lot of their promises that they made to their deities or dark underworld deities, and they are getting a lot of backlash for that too. But this reunion with the masculine and the feminine, it's gonna bring so much peace and happiness, and eventually you guys will find your soul tribe in the sense of true friends. And true friends are very hard and rare to come by. But once you find them, you don't want to let them go. Unfortunately, we just, in this time and age, I don't know why, but we live in a world where people are very quick to betray and to lie and steal. 12:34 on the timer. Oh yes, and I told you guys that I had gotten the present in my mailbox, because I kept saying, a lot of you guys, the feminines, could have been getting a present from your karmic. Throw that bitch away, it's cursed. And I do not sense that the karmic himself put it in the mailbox or left it at your doorstep. It's someone they know who works at the post office. Okay, and it could very well be a gift from Amazon. I'm not talking shit about Amazon. Okay? Or Etsy either. Nothing like that. But it was another part of a scare tactic that they were trying to use on you. But it was delivered by someone they know at the post office. Because like I said, this karmic masculine has known so many people. 14:14 on the timer. They've been a part of, not just the Satanic Coven, but plenty of other organizations for many years. But he's completely lost it. And nobody wants to work with him anymore. The only ones that do are the ones that have the same STD. I'm sensing HIV, AIDS. Because he also has, what's the... he can't control the sexual cravings that he's got. Cause he's so used to sex magic. He's addicted. And the only 15:50 on the timer before I even say this. The only people that will sleep with him are the ones that have the same disease as him. Because let me tell you what, if I'm correct, if someone new, let's say that the karmic masculine were to sleep with somebody new and, doesn't let them know anything about their health and doesn't use protection at all, and that other person catches it, I'm pretty sure that that's illegal. And if you keep doing that with other people, if you keep sleeping around with new people and other new people and you don't tell them shit about it and they end up catching it, I mean, they can get swab tests done and figure out the DNA, blah, blah. I think that could be illegal if you don't tell somebody you got something and you're just spreading it around like it's a fucking merry-go-round. And this thought that the karmic masculine has, before I forget, look forward to some happy songs tomorrow, because I have been channeling so many fucking songs this week and writing them down. So there are a lot of love songs, and because a lot of this is a story about greed, jealousy, and love, really. And y'all could have been feeling like so fucking emotional with that Scorpio full moon that we had back on May 1st. And cried, felt emotional, nostalgic. That was all for a reason. And now guess what? Tomorrow is the new moon, which is a super new moon in the sign of Taurus. Dun, 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 dun. How do I say this now? I'm gonna share that music with you guys in a few. Maybe it'll help you release your emotions with it, okay? Because the lyrics really hit home to me. And these are by bands like Electric Light Orchestra, the Beatles, the Bee Gees, and the Beatles. Those are songs that my dad introduced me to when I was a youngster. But, I mean, they all meant something to me. 1919 on the timer. Maybe it'll mean something to you. The other thing I was going to say before, like I said, I'm sorry if I'm jumping all over the place. It's just been like, 7 or 8 fucking days. And it's just been non-stop distractions of bullshit. But that's what the coven wants. But I'm still here, making my recordings. This karmic masculine, how he wants to leave the state that he's at, and he does own a gun illegally. I see a revolver. He wants to fucking pass state lines and just make it to his old hometown. And in my situation, his hometown is New Jersey. Well, he ain't got the fucking time for that. And this person's got a kid, too. So, I mean, it's like this person only thinking of themselves, not thinking about the kid at all, or what. I mean, anything with child custody, who fucking knows? But this person is not going to be able to leave like that. There's already a warrant out for his arrest, and people are tattletaling on him. They've had it. They're done. They know, excuse me, they know that they're done for. They've accepted their fate that they're going to prison, or after they tattletale, they may check out. But, it's like in their hearts and in their minds, at least they know that, they have peace of mind that the truth is out. And so there's gonna be what I'm seeing in my mind is a random, how do I say, they're not gonna go to the house. They're not gonna go to where he is residing, which is I've been saying a vehicle, like a white truck, but he could be possibly taking turns between the white truck and some chick who's also got the same illness. But, undercover cops and the FBI are on their ass, watching them and stalking them. And it's like in the middle, when the karmic masculine's like gonna be in the middle of, getting some drugs, that's when he's gonna get caught and try to resist arrest. He's gonna try running and try to, resist arrest, but there's gonna be several backup cop cars and, undercover cars that you would never think of. This has been planned for a long time, 'cause enough is enough. He can run, but he can't hide. Authorities got his ass. There's too much evidence against him, especially of illegal documents. Like, some of you guys may find out that you are married legally or illegally married to this person. What I'm saying is, when the karmic feminine, their karmic feminine, when they were working together, they could have taken their happy little asses to the courthouse and got married, but the karmic feminine didn't sign her name. signed your name so that they could gain access to whatever the fuck you got in terms of inheritance, property, money, you name it. But, if for some of you that could have happened and for some of you it didn't. But you'll find about that when the authorities have to come and warn you about what the fuck has been going on, which you already know a lot about it. It's just, this is gonna be your confirmation. And a lot of you guys are gonna have to be moving soon. And either A, if it's a house that was left for you, you're gonna be moving into that house soon. Or B, if it's, if there wasn't a house and it's just money, you're still gonna have to move and it's gonna be into a witness protection program. That's how bad this situation has been, yo. But always keep your eyes and your ears, peeled. Always about what's going on around you. You've definitely taken a lot of time about discernment in your own mind and reflecting on your own shit with these isolation spells. They were to make you fucking depressed as shit. And there could have been plenty of times where you did really feel depressed as shit because you were rejected by everybody. But then you're like, fuck it. I'm gonna do something more productive with my time here. And that is when you started putting a lot of the pieces of the puzzle together. 27 on the timer. Pay attention to all the synchronicities, especially too when it comes to animals. I've been seeing a lot of blue jays. They're gorgeous. I saw a cardinal. And that's a wonderful, beautiful, rare sign of a passed on loved one watching you. Y'all could be seeing crows, which, like I said, they're beautiful, but to me, the meaning is, there's black magic in the air. Could be seeing doves, finches, ladybugs, bees, lizards, butterflies, both orange and black. Let's see. And for those of you guys who have been dealing with any type of medical issue at all, I do not see the collective having any sexual transmitted diseases, because you're meant to procreate with your masculine, and these children, for the whole collective, your future children are supposed to be like a new breed of starseeds. Yeah, a whole new breed of starseeds. And in my story, I can still see the name Dottie popping up. Dottie. Yep. I'll leave it at that with that. Masculine, you're doing a good job with the shadow work, but you gotta stop being so stubborn. I'm not, it sucks. It's like you may feel like, oh, she's telling me what to do, how to do, and it's like, no, just sometimes really and truly, when you're so fucking stubborn, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You're cutting your nose off to spite your face. Or, it's like giving someone enough rope and they'll hang themselves. And always having, that what if question in the back of your mind. What if this or what if that? And it's like, if you just let 31:13 on the timer, if you just let the stubbornness just drop, because it's not doing you any well. And learning how to swallow the pride and the ego, because it's not serving you any well. It's okay to have pride, but to an extent. I think a lot of you masculines have taken that pride way overboard. And you're only hurting yourselves. And I just got the message that it's time for you to take the lead. Because something tells me that in the past, the feminines were big time caregivers, showed you love, all kinds of care and everything. And you returned the same, but unfortunately not to the same degree. But you know that now because of the shadow work that you've done. And when this reunion happens, it's gonna be so beautiful because there's gonna be a lot more compromise, like adults compromising. You're gonna have to learn how to talk, hablar, communicate, express what the hell's on your mind so you don't blow up. Because, what good does it do to sweep shit under the carpet and ignore it when it's just that carpet is gonna get so disgusting that not even the fucking bed bugs or fleas or roaches or ticks are gonna wanna fucking nest in that shit. Just saying. Just saying. And you guys are definitely mirroring each other in terms of, thought process. What you want to do in life. You guys are supposed to work as a team. I'm going to leave it at that, like power couple team. Because the opposition, they're craving to know what the hell the feminines have planned in their minds and what the masculines have planned in their minds for their future, because they just want to fuck it up. And they can't. There's no way, because this reunion is destined. And some of the masculines out there, y'all may have had a thought of, oh, I guess we may have to reunite in the next lifetime if this shit doesn't work out. No. It's ahora, in this lifetime. In this lifetime. Because you guys have a soul contract to fulfill. I mean, how hard is that to understand? And some of you are questioning whether or not it's going to work out with the feminine. But that's just in your mind. Because a lot of you it could be the fact of maybe different family status. Maybe someone came from a wealthy family, the other person didn't. Fuck that. Who cares? Okay? Just because you have money doesn't mean you're a fucking asshole. I know plenty of people who were born into money and they were taught how to be humble and share it with, the poor, Salvation Army, the Red Cross, all of that. Because something tells me a lot that it's the feminines in these stories, the feminines that came from money, but they are now in complete rags because of death magic. Every fucking thing, 36 on the timer, every fucking thing that you can think of, that you can take away from a person, it was taken away from the feminine. Even a family member that was your number one cheerleader. And they did it with death magic. Or could be an age difference. Maybe there's an age difference between, maybe it's the masculine's family, whether it's their blood family or the karmic family that thinks, you're too old for that feminine, or, you're 10 years older, or 15 to 18 years older, blah, 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 blah. And yes, it can definitely be a topic of arguments, but you gotta go for what feels right for you, man. For you. I mean, you can't help what the heart wants. And if it has anything to do with race, white, black, Asian, whatever, do you. Do what makes you feel happy. And if that means that, some people in your blood family are gonna treat you differently, or just tell you to fuck off and you're never gonna be invited to another holiday event again, then you know what? Screw it. Because if you can't support that person's choice of love, or you know what, some of you guys out there, whether it's the divine masculine, divine feminine, you guys could be of the same sex. Okay? But the divine feminine, man or woman, could have more feminine qualities to her. Or the divine masculine, which could be another man or a woman, whatever, same sex. They could have more masculine qualities to them. And maybe, the families don't agree with it. Fuck it. I mean, for Christ's sakes, and, the name of Hecate, and Saint Michael the Archangel. Do what makes you fucking happy, regardless of what people will try to tell you, because if you're trying to make everybody else happy, you're just gonna make yourself miserable at the end of the fucking day. You're not gonna live a very happy, fulfilling life. You're just gonna be content. Is that what you want? Because I don't want to live this life of bullshit that this coven has sent me. You know. And I have never cried victim or martyr, no nothing. But technically speaking, us feminines, we are the victim because we've been it, you know. You're it. Attack. Yeah, I would hate to live a life where it's just being content, not getting to fulfill my desires of what I want out of life, despite, having 10 years taken away from black magic, money, work, love life, losing your loved one, family loved one that was your world. Some of you guys could have lost an animal, lost your homes, lost your cars, gone homeless, all kinds of shit. Could have been couch surfing, all kinds of crap. And no matter what the fuck you did or tried, he had to keep regrouping and regrouping and regrouping so you could try to rebuild and rebuild and rebuild. And throughout those 10, sometimes 12 to 14 years for you guys, you kept getting knocked down on your ass constantly. It's like you make fucking 2 to 5 steps forward, those motherfuckers would kick your ass back by 20. And you're like, what the hell? And when you finally realized it, you're like, you got angry, but you had to get smart on how you went about things to solve issues. And you discovered that you could have been a natural witch, a healer, an empath, big intuition, that you're meant to help humanity in some way, shape, or form, because all of this crap, none of it was done in vain. And by the way, as I'm talking, I am seeing angel numbers like crazy on the timer. Everything from the 43, 34, it's been 31, 13. I'm seeing all kinds of angel numbers up on the screen. I just got this message. I know it's random, but if there's been somebody, a couple, 44 on the timer as I'm about to say this shit. If there was a couple in this satanic cult who just recently got married, whether it was this year, because May is a big special month for weddings, or if it was last year that the wedding happened, there's going to be a divorce. And that's part of the karma for being spiritual bullies. And y'all could have dated for many, many years before getting married. Husband's a musician. But it's gonna start off with a lot of financial problems. And the shit's just gonna get worse and worse. It's gonna end up in a divorce because, I hate to say it, but it's just what goes around comes around. You know, it's you fuck around and you find out, and then you think, oh, your love life and your finances and shit are all gonna be perfect. No, that's not how shit works, no. But, yeah. There's a couple who just got married either this May or last May. Wish you luck on the divorce papers. Hopefully it's not a nasty shit that goes on for years. And for the people who don't want anything involved in this shit at all, I mean, the spell work or even the people that have been involved in, yada yada, because, you know, I see a lot of cases going on of being guilty by association. You may not have done any spell work, but I mean, if you continue to interact with certain people, there is going to be some random, you know, bust. And even if you're not doing any drugs or whatever, you're still going to go down. Because guilty by association. And you're going to have to defend yourself in court. You know, they're going to make you take drug tests, blah, blah, blah. And the masculine, I sense that a lot of the masculines out there have kicked out. They've had to cut ties with like maybe 5 more people within this month because they realized that they were not true friends. And I'm sensing that there could be like maybe 2 more to go. And it's gonna be heartbreaking. Just like it always is, but you're gonna be shocked when you find out. Just like the feminine was shocked when she found out what the fuck was going on. And I mean, even childhood friends that were involved. You know why? It's because people were bribed with money. A lot of it had to do with either jealousy of the feminine and what she's got coming up for her destiny, which people in the coven were trying to destiny swap with her. Or number 2, money. 3, they didn't like her for whatever reason. And usually when you don't like somebody It's because it has to do with jealousy. When you critique somebody, make fun of somebody, anything that is not nice, per se, like betrayal, nasty jokes, lies, and bullshit, it's all jealousy. Because I don't know about you guys, but for me, if I don't like somebody, it's usually because they're a liar. They're not very nice in general. They don't have good manners. They don't know how to be honest, and genuine. And they take your secrets and they spread it around, and before you know it, it comes back to you, and you know who did it, because it's like, bro, you're the only one I told, and now it's come back to me, so clearly you're the one with the big fucking mouth. Yeah. Okay, enough. 51:51 on the timer. Like I said, I'm seeing nothing but angel numbers here. I can't wait to share the songs with you. They're beautiful. It'll be a sigh of, a relief of just crying it out, letting the fucking emotions out, And remember, cleanse. Cleanse, spiritual baths, protection crystals. And for women, if you have to put the protection crystals in your tatas in the bra, do what you gotta do. Black tourmaline, black onyx, pyrite, and tiger's eye. And some of you guys may want to use rose quartz. And that's because it helps with, self-love, self-esteem, and self-confidence, because part of these attacks that the opposition has been sending, they're trying to get rid of any self-confidence that you've been building up for yourself. Yeah. And we've all come too far to go back. The karmic masculine really wants the feminine to bend the knee towards him like we're his fucking slave. Nah, bitch. Nah. The karmic soul contract is over with. The feminine's karmic contract with their karmic is over with. Now, it is time for the masculine to end the karmic contract with their karmic. Okay? So then, the reunion and the real soul contract that you came here, You came here to fucking live out and play out together, to fulfill. It's gonna start. Okay? But masculines, take that leap of faith. We know you're scared, but you know, there's always gonna be something you're scared about in life, but you gotta face it. Love you. Bye-bye.